been ready.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? So we're here with the head football coach, what should be an All-American for a quarterback, and Turner Ellis. And this is the first episode of What's the Word? And this is a series where we're going to interview some of the best coaches for the spring sports and some of their best players. So let's go ahead and have Coach Hafner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Coach Hafner. I've been here for 17 years. Seen this place change more than everybody except Coach Henry, Coach Laird, and Coach Christner, to be honest with you. So I am old, and I have been here for a long time, and I love it here.
I wouldn't say old, I'd say experienced. You know what you're doing?
Like that. Better
Clearly.
Better
Alex?
My name is Alex Crehan. Feels like I've been here for about 17 years as well.
Right.
I play quarterback from Troy, Illinois, and yeah, I'm in the grad program. So.
And he's my boss at work.
That is true.
And Turner Ellis.
I'm Turner Ellis. I'm a linebacker.
Yep.
I haven't been here that long. I'm a transfer, but I love it here. It's a whole bunch of great programs and some great people here.
Tell him about the stats.
The stats. I got some of the best stats in the nation. I'm just gonna put it out there, just plain and simple.
I mean, that's what I've heard personally.
Wake up every day and urinate excellence.
Yep. Very, very Ricky Bobby-ish. All right, Coach Hafner, what did you think of the season?
Considering the circumstances, I think it was good.
Right.
I think that we really would have liked to have been able to play our last two games. I think we were at that point in time going to have some guys that were going to come off injuries and be able to play in those last two games that really would have been beneficial for us. Had they been playing the whole season. And so obviously we lost Alex week 5, I think, and didn't have him for 2 or 3 games, and it really we could really tell our offensive production went down. And fortunately for us, our defense played really well this year. We were able to do a lot of really good things defensively and keep us in games. And with Jay Snuggebauer, we were able to do some fun things with him, playing him on both offense and defense at quarterback and linebacker. And so I really feel that the season with COVID and everything else was great. Obviously the last 2 games sure would have been nice to get, but
Yep.
We understand.
Yep. Alex, what do you think of the season?
Yeah, I think Coach Haff hit it right on the head. Considering the circumstances, we didn't have a single delay because of us or cancellation of a game, and I think that in itself shows a lot about our team, especially with how young we were. We had a lot of young guys on the team, but everyone bought in, and we were in charge of ourselves. Like Coach Haff always said, it was on us, and we took the guidelines and precautions seriously, and everyone did their part, and we were able to play some football games. And it says a lot about our team, and a lot of schools in the country weren't allowed to do that. So
right,
it was a good season.
Yeah, absolutely. Turner Ellis, what did you think of the season from the defensive side of things?
Well, considering with COVID and everything, I think we had a pretty good season. Considering we played 7 games, that's actually quite a bit of games compared to most teams in our just NAI and conference. But from the defensive side, I think we had a pretty good season. And I think our offense also had a great season.
Of course.
There's obviously room for improvement on both sides, but because we had like Alex was mentioning, we do have a lot of younger guys on the field, and we always bring in new players to play every year. The recruiting here for football is great, and it keeps us on our toes.
Right. And with the younger guys thing, some people might say that you're kind of in a rebuilding stage for the team, and obviously you probably wouldn't want to say your master plan, but how do you think the team is going, what direction?
Well, I think right now, based off of what we've seen so far this spring, just the commitment from our kids is a little bit different in a good way. We do have some young players that were, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, we're able to get some great experience. And, with the way that the eligibility works, all of those kids basically got to play games and it didn't count toward their eligibility.
Right. Shout out COVID.
Right. So we feel good about where we're at. We feel good about what's going on, and we feel good that with the experience that those kids gain, that we're going to be even better than we were last year.
Right. So does that mean Alex has another season?
It does.
It does.
Yeah,
all right.
We get never leaving.
Awesome.
Victory lap,
Yup.
Exactly
Alex Crehan, year number 6. What should we expect out of it? TDs?
Yeah, for me,
well, we hope.
Yeah, we'd hope. Just a few of those. That's the plan, I think. But just for me, just the way it kind of season ended, personally, with my ankle and not being able to play in the last couple games, and just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and
Right.
I guess redemption. I guess it kind of be
Yep.
the one word, and just want to go out on my own terms, sort of thing, and play one last season with the guys, and then
Show up and show out.
exactly,
Right.
and
Alex
go
Freehand
up into
style.
the real world, and all that fun stuff. So I'm excited about it.
Right. Alex is trying to go for a top 3 pick in the draft. So we'll see what happens.
We hope that happens. We need a new building around here.
Yeah. Coach, I'm gonna just throw this out here. I run a 4.5, 40. I weigh 220 pounds too.
How tough are you?
Well, squat 365. So,
You look like you do, yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm not a miler. I'm not.
A small school,
Two-miler?
DK Metcalf. Huh?
2-miler, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
That's too far.
All right, Turner Ellis. Anything we should expect out of you next year?
The braids.
The braids.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's looking forward to.
Yeah. You should be expecting some incoming braids, for game days.
There you go.
I'm going to be
Maybe an
looking real
All-American
nice out
status.
there for the ladies. And
Yep.
I was really thinking, I was hoping to do braids with someone, and I was thinking Coach Half, but I just went over my head. So I don't know.
I would pay to see that.
I'll do braids with,
I mean, so we're going to start making hair jokes.
Hey, we don't even go that
Bring it, Coach.
Really.
Bring
I mean,
it.
I've been bald since I was like 22, so they don't bother me anymore.
Oh my goodness.
But that's a good one. It was a good one.
It's okay. I got a little bit of a Karen mom's hair going
Yeah.
on right now. It's a little bit everywhere. So.
All right, Coach, what should we look forward to in the spring season?
Well, I think the spring is all about us, trying to put people in the right spot. And
Yep.
we did lose some players. I mean, we lost some really good players, as a matter of fact. So we've got to find some kids that can replace some good players. And, that's usually what spring is about. We had a good recruiting class. We're going to bring in, 55 or 60 new kids for next year. And, we'll have to try and get our team ready to go before those kids get here because, to be quite honest with you, some of those kids will compete for starting spots. I mean, we've got some good recruits coming and feel good about it. And so we're going to find out, what some of these guys are all about here coming up in a couple weeks.
All right, is there any big names from the recruiting class you'd like to talk about?
No, I think I kind of stay away from that right now, because you never know until they get here. But,
Right.
we feel good about it. We had a good recruiting class, especially in the offensive line and in the defensive secondary. We feel good about some of those positions, and so obviously we're going to have to try and find a quarterback. What we got.
Eventually.
He's getting old. I need a walker to get around, or show up for Sunday meetings, or have to wheelchair me in there.
Right. So no, but we feel good. We'll go and we'll be competitive.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, Alex. Anything from you spring season coming up?
I mean, I don't know. I've been at it for a while, and the first conditioning, Coach Half was kind of joking with me that, this is getting easy for me. I've been doing it for so long, so I just like seeing the guys compete, and we do team conditionings on Fridays, and just seeing guys get competitive and get after it is always fun. So just any opportunity to compete, with whether it's spring ball or conditioning, stuff like that, it's always fun. So we're looking forward to a little spring ball, and the spring game, that sort of thing.
Awesome. What would you say in your last 6 years of playing here, what's your biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway.
This is a good question.
This is that's a good question.
This one's going to be deep.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
I don't know. Like, this place is special. Just the people here, not just the buildings, that kind of stuff. And the people really care about you. Whether it's the coaching staff or your professors and just the people around campus.
Right.
And I think it just kind of showed me like there's still good people out there and people care about you, and it's just kind of a special place to be. And I'll forever be grateful for William Penn, and
Yup.
and it's had a profound impact on my life, and hopefully one day I can kind of sort of repay that in whatever way, and especially exactly gotta make the money first.
Yep.
But it's the best decision of my life to come here. So.
Absolutely. Fun fact though, Alex started out as one of my professors, and then he got me employed by the athletic department a year later.
That is true.
Yup.
I hooked him up. Yep. Star student right there. Shout out to Axel.
I'm about it. All right, Turner. How would you feel you've impacted the younger guys so far, with you being one of the better players, not just like for the team, but like in the conference as well, maybe even nationally?
I know for a fact. I know especially the offensive scout team guys. If I'm playing against them, they definitely got their eye on me, and they're trying to impress the coaches. So And they're going to be going hard, all these younger kids, as soon as they get a chance to play against me. And I love to compete, and I like to see them compete as well, trying to, make their spot on the team and show them that they can play too. So I think I had a positive impact.
Absolutely. That's true leadership right there.
Well, and that's a good point, because it really is true leadership. When someone is encouraging, not necessarily through words and things like that, but how they practice and what they do, and then the younger kids try and emulate that really is a great way to lead, because there are some players that aren't vocal leaders, and then there are some that are. Turner happens to be both, so does Alex. But there are some that are one way or the other, and if you can encourage younger kids with how you play and the kind of spirit and the kind of energy that you put into your practice, that's a great way to be a leader.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, before we end off, is there anything you'd like to let the people know watching?
Well, I think that, the thing that we're proud of is that when you go to a Wayne Penn football game, you're going to see a team that plays extremely hard.
Absolutely.
We're going to go give everything we have.
Play-by-play.
What's that?
Yeah, like play-by-play, it's always 100 miles per hour.
And it's one of those things where there are times that we don't have the best athletes on the field, but we have the best team on the field.
Right.
And I think that that's something that we're always very proud of.
Right.
So, when you come watch us play, or you watch us play on the computer or wherever you do that, just know that we're always going to give everything we have, and we're going to play as hard as we can, and we're going to give everything to try and win every game.
Yep, absolutely. Completely agree. You guys are an entirely strategical team. You guys are always thinking what's next, like what's ahead of us. If there's a long third, you guys are trying to get that first, and if not, you got to deal with it. You got to accept the things you cannot change the things you can, and clearly you have the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes, thank you.
So, yep. Alex, Turner, anything you want to say before we end off?
I mean, I don't know. I think Coach Haft has summed it up pretty well. I mean, we like to play football hard, like to run the ball and, get after the guys. So, I mean, if that's your kind of style of football, and, you'll have fun watching us. And then on the defense, they're going to take the ball away and give it back to us. So,
absolutely.
I mean, just this team, I can already tell just in the spring is different, than the years in the past. And just, our attitude showing up every day in the weight room, working out. And I like this team a lot, I mean, there's some good guys on this team, and we're going to do something special next year, so we're excited about it.
Absolutely. Turner, Alex?
Yeah, I'm excited for next season, and we have a great team, a great offense, and a great defense, and this offense is going to be moving the ball, and this defense is going to be creating turnovers.
Absolutely.
And this William Penn football program is hopefully going to make an impact this year in our conference, and just like we did last year, but a bigger impact. Hopefully, we got our eyes aiming high. Hopefully, get a conference title this year.
Yup, completely agree. Would you agree? Conference title?
Well, I think that's obviously the goal. I think we have the team to do it.
Yup, absolutely.
We'll have to, as a coach, you always say, well, we have to go do this and go do that. We have the team that can do it, and if we can put it all together, with team chemistry and scheme and things like that, I feel really good about, where we're going to go.
Okay, yep, completely agree. And anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure you show up next year and spring season to watch Alex. He's got his last year. He's going to show up, show out. Be sure you show up to watch Turner break some legs, maybe some concussions here and there.
No, not the spring.
None of that is happening.
Breaking legs in the fall.
I do want to mention that April 23rd is a Friday night. Mm-hmm. We'll have our spring game that night. Whether it's a game or whether it's just a full-blown scrimmage.
Right.
But it's open to the public. Come out and watch us, and you'll get a good look about and see what our team in the fall is going to look like.
Awesome. That's April 23rd, everyone. Be sure you show up. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time.
Yeah.